Okay. Okay, so I think we were dealing with the list only. So let's move ahead in the next step. Okay. And today we're going to discuss lambda functions. Okay. A lambda functions are sometimes also known as anonymous functions. Anonymous functions. Okay. So what do you mean by lambda functions or anonymous function? Okay. If you people are from engineering background, if I ask you something, suppose you are doing anonymous surfing. Okay. Anybody knows what you mean by this? It's not related to actually our function now, but if it's a general knowledge, if I ask you, do you know what is anonymous surfing? Anyone?
Without name.
Yes, yes. Means what? When, yeah, please continue, sir. Tell me.
Surfing without showing your identity.
Yes, perfect, right? Means what? Anonymous means without name. Okay, wherever you will find this word, names, it's a Greek word. I repeat once again, this is nothing but a Greek word. So wherever you will find this name, that means something related to names. Anonymous means no name. Okay, no names means what? Whenever we do the surfing and we don't want to reveal our identity, okay, so that the cookies cannot come to us, okay, or they are not able to capture us. For the same purpose, we do anonymous surfing. For example, we use proxies, okay, or we use Tor browser, if you people are heard about, right? So means without a name. So same concept is here. Means you will create a function, but without a name. That function will not have any name, right? It will not be having any name. It will be known as your lambda functions or anonymous functions. Functions without name. Example, suppose I want to create a function which does the double of anything. So how will I write normal way? I will use the keyword def. Okay. Then I will give my function a name. Okay. Then I will give my function a name. Suppose I'm saying doubler. Okay. And suppose it takes an argument, one argument, let's say x. And what it returns, it simply returns or return what? 2 times x. Okay, 2 times x. This is one function I declared, right? And I can call this function very easily, doubler. And I can pass any argument. Suppose I pass through, so I should get 4. Okay, this is one way. Means you define your function by giving it a name. Okay. Another way of using the function is the lambda function or anonymous function, in which it is not mandatory to define your name. Not mandatory to define your name. How I will create? See, I'm going to write here lambda. Okay, lambda like this. LAMBD. That's what the name is, lambda function. Okay. Now, how many parameters you want to operate on? Those parameters you should pass. For example, here, how many parameters you want to use? Only one. So pass that x here. Okay. In case you want to take 2 inputs, you will pass x comma y here. Okay. You want to take 3 inputs, you will pass x comma y comma z here. Okay. So depending upon how many parameters you need, you will first of all pass that parameter. Okay. After that, you will put a colon. Okay. After that, you will put a colon, and after putting the colon, what you want to return from this function, what actually you want to return. So suppose same thing, I want 2 times x. So I will just mention 2 times x and my function will be created. Okay. And my function will be created. It is without a name. Okay. And I can assign it to a variable as well. For example, I can mention something like that. Let's say twice equals to a variable name I'm giving. Twice is equal to lambda x to x. Okay. And this is what? A function. So this function will be assigned to twice variable. So this function or this object function will be created in my memory, and a label will be assigned, which will be known as twice this time. So if I execute this, okay, I can simply call my twice like this, twice, and I can pass my argument. Suppose I pass a twice this 2 is this time. Okay. And this 2 will become what? The only one parameter which you have used here. Only one parameter that I've used here, 2. So what output will be return? It will return me 2 times x like this. Okay, it will simply return me 2 times x. So without writing any function name, I just created my function using lambda. I just mentioned the parameter that I want to operate on, colon, and what I want to do on that parameter I specified here. I simply specified here, right? And I just assigned it to the variable like twice, and I just call this twice this way. Okay, not only simple, you can even use your if statement and x statement as well. Example, I want to check whether a number is even or odd. Let's take an example, whether my number is even or odd with the help of lambda function. So I can do one thing, lambda. Okay, lambda, and again, I want to take an input x. Okay, I'll put a colon here. And what I want to do, suppose I want to say return even, because first we want to be right what we want to return. Same thing I mentioned even. But now I can put if statement. If what? X remainder 2, okay, or X modulo 2, okay, equals what? 0. What I said, take this X, okay, and return even if this particular condition is satisfied. Else, just mention else. What you want to return? I want to return odd. Okay, I simply mention like X, it will be my input, okay, and I will return even, but condition is what? When I will return even when this particular condition is satisfied. If this condition fails, means else. I want to return this, okay, and I can suppose assign it to a variable. Suppose I am assigning it even. Okay, whatever name you want to check. Okay, just execute this, and I can use this even. And can pass any number. Suppose I pass 3 this time. Okay, so this X will become what? Your 3. Now it will check. Will this condition be satisfied? First of all, it will be checked. Okay, no, it will be failed because 3, if we do the remainder will be 1. That means it will not be equal to 0. That means what will be executed? Your else block will be executed. Okay, your else block will be executed. So let me pass here, and I should get odd, right? Similarly, if I use here even and pass here, suppose a number 4, I should get even only. Very simple, right? And even if you want to use nested if, yes, you can do that. For example, what I want to create, something like that. This requirement is I'll pass a X. Okay. Now, if X is suppose greater than 10, if X is greater than 10, I want to mention high. Okay. In case X is suppose between, I should say greater than 5, greater than 5 and less than equal to 10, then I want to mention medium. Okay. And if it is less than 5 or less than or equal to 5, X is less than or equal to 5, then I want to call it as low. Okay, means this is my requirement. If X is greater than 10, I want to call it as high, or I want to return high. If X is between 5 and 10, I want to return medium. And if X is greater than, less than or equal to 5, I want to return low. Again, with the help of Lambda function. With the help of normal function, of course, we can do within 1 minute only. But suppose with the help of Lambda function. So how will I write? As simple as that, Lambda. Again, how many parameters? You need to check only one. So I'll pass X, then a colon. Then what I want to return, mention it smartly, everyone. So that minimum number of expression you will need. Okay. So suppose I mentioned I want to return high, but condition for returning high is what? If whatever is mentioned, X is greater than 10. X is greater than 10, right? So if this condition is satisfied, means I want to return this high if this condition is satisfied. But if this condition fails, means else. Else. Now you will mention smartly, right? What I want to return? Else I want to return medium. Okay. But when you want to return, same way like this, you mentioned like, na, high if X greater than 10, same way, medium if X is greater than 5. X is greater than 5, else I will return low. And read it like a English, everyone. Simple. What it is saying. First of all, now normal if a statement we know, first of all, first condition will be checked. Okay. So it will check, is X greater than 10? If X is greater than 10, immediately high will be returned and further condition even won't check. Even won't check. But suppose if first condition fails, means X is not greater than 10, that means guaranteed it is less than or equal to 10. Guaranteed it is less than or equal to 10. So we'll go there. Okay. Now we will check in the else block. We know that number is already X is less than or equal to 10. That is guaranteed. Now we will check. Okay. If it is less than or equal to 10, is it greater than 5? If it is greater than 5, then what will be print? Medium. What will we print? Medium. But otherwise, what will happen? Suppose even this condition fails, means X is not greater than 5. That means what? X is less than or equal to 5. Then this condition will be executed. So we'll start from here. You will come to the ahead condition only when the beginning condition fails. Means if this condition fail, only then you will come here. Okay. And if this condition fail, only then you will come here. Okay. So we'll start from left and you will move ahead. Simple, right? So we'll check first condition. If X is greater than 10, eventually your condition will be satisfied and high will be printed. No further condition will be checked. But if it fails, if this condition fails, you will come to the else clause. Now you will check again. Okay. If this condition fails, means guaranteed X is less than or equal to 10. Now it will check. Okay. is x greater than 5? If that is the case, immediately medium will be returned. But even if this fails, I will put this condition. So if I assign it to someone, suppose I say range equals to this, just a second, execute and call this function and put any value of your choice. Suppose I put 12. Okay, let me check. I should get high. Yes, it is high. Let me put suppose 10 because I put the condition greater than 10. Let me try to put 10. I should get medium, right? Because this condition needs to be satisfied. Okay, so let me execute. I get medium. Let me put anything which is greater than 5 but less than 10, suppose 7. I get medium. Let me put anything less than or equal to 5. Suppose I put 3. I should get low. Sorry. X is less than or equal to 5. Let me come here and type 3. I should get low. Okay, so you can use these lambda functions very, very easily. Okay, everyone, tell me, is it fine how lambda function works? Or not only this, you can, I'm just showing you single parameter. You can use multiple parameter if you want. Suppose lambda. Okay, you can mention x comma y. Okay, and whatever you want to do. Suppose I want to do 2 times x plus y. Okay, means I will take the inputs x and y and I will return what? 2 times x plus y. Okay, means 2x plus y is my requirement. So I can do that. Okay, I want to do the 2x plus y. So I can assign to some variable. Suppose I'm saying x. Okay, now this time how many parameters it will take? 2 parameters, x and y. So I can mention here x. Okay, and then suppose I pass here 3 and 2. So what it should return me? X will become 3. So 2 into 3 will be 6 and y will become 2. So plus 2 should be 8. And you can check it now, everyone. Tell me, everyone, is it fine?
Yeah,
How can we?
okay.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask
Sir.
one thing.
Yeah. Please carry on.
Is it necessary to assign this lambda function to some variable?
No. Actually, we don't use this way. We use it different. No, not mandatory. Actually, we use it a different way. Example, remember we solved a problem last time. I think this problem. Can anyone recall, everyone? We wanted to sorted this list as per this amount. Remember, we wanted to sorted this amount. So that for that purpose, actually, we created a function that time. If you can recall, what we did, we created a function for the same. And what the function was, I think function name we created was the sort. Okay, and which take an argument x. And what we studied that, we know that this, how I want to sort it. I want to first of all fetch this amount. I want to fetch this number. Actually, I want to sort by this. So I want to fetch this amount. So we understood that in this list, every individual element is what? A tuple. Every individual element is what? A tuple here, right? So I want to extract this amount. So individual tuple, we can access them easily by their index. So is one tuple is there. So its second element can be is individual element. For example, if I want to, from this, suppose let me come here and suppose I want to show you this. If I put L square bracket 0, okay, so it will give me what? First element.
First
okay?
element of the
but I want to fetch this element. Okay, so I know, okay, again I have to put a spread bracket and 1. So I'll get 50. Okay, so I have to create a function which can give me this element. If I pass a tuple, which can give me this element. So I created a function this, so which x will be an input, which will be a tuple. Although any input you can pass, but suppose it is a tuple. So I want to return what? I want to return, if it is a tuple, then I want to return its first element like this. We created like this.
Right.
We get it like this, and then we use it in the function. Suppose L dot sort function we used. Right, and then we mention key is equal to that function sort. Okay, this is what we did. Okay, and let's check my L again. See, if you see, they are sorted as per the list: 30, 50, and
correct.
60. So instead of that, actually the key sort that we used, right, we can again use my lambda function here without creating this function.
Okay.
We can, without creating this function, we can use our lambda function. So let me do one thing. Let me copy this and let me create a new list again. Okay, and suppose this list is L. Let me change the name so that it doesn't get confused. So M is equal to this. Let me execute this, and now again let me do the same operation. M dot sort. Okay, and key equals to. Now I'll mention my function. What? Lambda. Directly without clearing a function. Key is equal to lambda. Okay. How many parameters need? Only one parameter, same way that we created this way, right?
Yes.
Only one parameter X. So I will mention X. And what we want to return from this, we want to return this only what? First element X index 1.
Correct.
Right? X index 1. So I can execute this. And if I check my M, it's done.
Yes, correct.
Right? So we don't need to create a special function for the same. We can create an inline function directly, a one-line function there only, and we can use it in some sorts. That's actually why we create these Lambda functions.
Right. So actually, I wanted to hear that word inline because it makes the sense. Because otherwise, I would have asked a question: can't we write the Lambda function in our usual way? Lambda X colon then next line and then next line.
Yeah,
but I think that is not advisable, no?
Yeah, no needed, because not needed. Both are optional. You want to create that way, that is fine. You want to create that way, that's fine. Means that is the function. This function that I want to use only one time example. Only here only. Rest I don't want. I don't bother anywhere I want to use it.
Okay.
Because this function we can use anywhere we want, right?
Yeah.
This function anywhere example you want to use, we can call it again and again, again and again, again and again. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is what we want. We want just a usage here and done. Because it does not have a name here. So we just use it and done. For this particular
means for inline use, we have to use Lambda.
That is better, means better practice. If unnecessary, you are creating multiple functions, makes no sense. Okay. So only one function is there in that line you used, you move ahead. No problem.
Okay.
Somebody else was asking something. Is it okay, everyone?
No, sir. Sir, my first doubt was like, how does it differ from a regular function? I understand that we are using it in only in one line.
Main first thing is that we don't have to give it a name, especially.
Okay.
See,
so
what we didn't, we didn't give any name here. If you observe it properly, okay. Every function, what we give it a name.
We defined it.
We defined it, and once it is defined, actually, when we declare this function, what was the purpose? Remember, when we want to perform a specific task again and again. For that purpose, it is better that we create it. Right? So it can be used anytime, but we want to use. Okay. And this is what, suppose for a momentary, I need for this statement only, I need this function. I don't want to use it again. Better go for this.
Okay. So is it like more like disposable function? Like we
yes, you can use it. Yes, you can call it. Yes. Because no name is there. Now, how will you call it again?
Okay.
Right.
So sir, in practical purposes, like where do we use such functions?
As I told you, in such kind of scenario, when you use inline scenario, okay, only one purpose, one time it is needed, not a special thing I need to create. So I will not create a function. I will directly write my inline function. I will not create it again. Just one time it is required, or two times it is required. I will just use it and move ahead without any problem.
So that means every time I have to use Lambda, I have to define that function.
Yes, every time, because actually it's not named, na? It's not named, right? It's anonymous. That's why it's not named. Otherwise, what happens if you want to name, means you want to use it again and again, understand everyone. So better you create a normal function, a regular function, a named function.
Okay.
If you want to repeat it again and again, better you go for your regular function. Unnecessary, you don't have to create that. Okay. So when your functions are simpler, that can give you the easier result. Go with the one liner is there. Go for the Lambda function. If it is making a huge, better create, and you want to use it again and again. That is better. Create a regular function. As I told you in the beginning itself, you can save that function in your py file as well. You can import that and you can use it again and again. Okay. So when reusability you're concerned, better go with your named functions or regular functions.
So sir, if I want to use the same Lambda function twice, thrice, or multiple times in the same program,
so for that purpose, I told you, na, for what you have to save it in an example, you give a name variable as.
Okay, I can assign a variable.
Now you can call it again. Suppose I use it again as, okay, and at this time I pass suppose 4 and 3. So what it will give me? 2 into 4 will be what? 8. 8 plus 3 will be 11. See?
Okay. But then we can do that from our regular function as well.
Yes, regular function is. Yes. If you use reusability your concern, better go with your regular function. That is better.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes. Got it. Sir, we can say that the scope of Lambda is local, not global.
Actually, once we define this to a variable, it has become now global, right or wrong? We are able to use it again and again.
Now it will become global.
Yes. Okay, now it will become open.
Otherwise,
right?
it will be a local.
Yes, if you don't assign it to a variable, it will limit it to that. But otherwise, how will you understand what thing I have to call?
Yes, yes,
We
correct.
don't know how to call it, right? That is the main thing.
Correct, correct.
Okay. So now move ahead to the next function, very much similar to this, actually, lambda function known as map function. And actually, in such scenarios, the lambda function is a big savior. Let me tell you that. What is a map function? Okay. Suppose what we want to do, I have a list available example. Okay. I have a list available, or let me show you something. Map, go inside and read it. I think it is given something. Yeah. What it needs a function and it needs iterables. Okay. It needs a function and iterables means what? Suppose you have an iterable available, like example, a list is there itself, which is a number is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. On every element of this, I want to apply some function. On every element of this, I want to apply some function. Okay. Every element of this, I want to apply some function. For that purpose, actually, we have a map function. Okay. Means what? What is the purpose of this? When we want to apply a function on all the elements of an iterable. Okay, when we want to apply a function on all the elements of a iterable, normally this purpose. Okay, when we want to apply, suppose you have a list available, so I want to apply some function on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everywhere I want to apply. For that purpose, actually, we have a map function. Okay, now suppose what I want to do, same purpose I want to do, I want to double every element value. I want to double every element value. So two ways I can do that. Suppose what I want to do, or let me write this way so that you can understand as well. Map function executes a specified function, whatever function you will specify, a specified function for each item in iterable. Okay, suppose I created a function doubler, so it will double every value. Okay, if I create a function tripler, so it will triple every value. Suppose I created a function known as upper, which does the uppercase of every element. Suppose it is a string available, right? And everybody's name is there. First, my name, your name, somebody's name. And what I want to do, I want to make sure that everybody's name get uppercase. Everybody's name get uppercase. This one, this one, this one, this one. Everybody's name get uppercase. I want to do in one go. Okay. Then what we can do? We can use the map function. That will save our time actually. Okay, so what is the syntax of the same? We actually use a map name map. Okay, and we define here our function. What is my function name? Okay, and here I use my iterable, whatever your iterable is. Okay, you will use that. So suppose same is my list L. Let me execute this, and I want to apply what? Suppose double every element of this. Okay, double every element of this. So what I can do? I can use map. Okay, now what I can do, understand, either I can use wherever if function is needed, I can use already created function which doubles. I think we created a function. If I'm created a doubler, where is that? That doubler function, right? What is the name? Doubler. So I can pass here what? Doubler. The function which already we created, that's that name. And my iterable, what is my iterable? L. And actually it will give me an object. Okay, execute this. So it's an object. Okay, but I want to see the elements. I can convert this object. I can iterate over it. If you want to use it in the for loop, I will be able to use that. Similar, or I want to make it a list. I can pass it inside the list element. Okay, and execute this. And now if you can observe, every element has been doubled. Can you see that, everyone? Every element, on every element, this function has been deployed. What is that function? Doubler function, which will double every element, because we mention our double function like this, doubler. What you have to return? 2 times x. 2 times x. So all this function will be applied on every element of this list. This. Okay. And if I check my L, again, see my L is the same and it is turning me double. And I can save it anywhere I want. Suppose a new list known as new doubled list. Doubled list. Okay, doubled underscore list. Done, and I can check doubled, double list, doubled underscore, take it. See, this is the one. Okay, one way I can create a function, I can define the function name here and use it. And other than that, what I can do, instead of the same thing, I can again mention my map function. Okay, and suppose I don't declare any function here again. So what I can do again, everyone, for this purpose, I can use my lambda function once again. Because what is the first argument? First argument is function. So if already created function is there, I can use its name, or I can create my lambda function here. So what is my lambda function? Lambda. Okay, x. And what I want to do? I want to do 2 times x. So this becomes my function argument. This becomes my function argument, right? And after that, my iterable. What is my iterable? Iterable is L. The way I did earlier. Again, it will give me a map object. See? And same way, it's an iterable, so I can iterate over it if I want to use it. Okay, I can iterate over it if I want. It's my choice. For example, I can mention for I in, let me copy this. Okay, and colon. Suppose I want 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I want to say print I. And if you can see, I'm getting double elements 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Or I want to pack them inside a list. Okay, so I can use a list element here. Pass here what? Same thing, because it's a map object. Okay, it will give me a list 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, means iterable, because it's iterable. That's why I'm able to convert that into a list. Suppose I pass here tuple, and within the tuple I pass this again. See what I'm getting? A tuple. Clear, everyone? Because it's an object, an iterable object. I just use an iterating element, iterating function, that is a iterating function known as list, which creates a list for me from the iterable. So this is an iterable. So I can pass an iterable inside this. So I get a list. Again, tuple function will create an tuple from what? Iterable. So it is an iterable because we are able to use it in for loop. That's why I'm able to pass it, and it is giving me a tuple. List will give me a list. Okay, so list is used to convert any iterable into list. Okay, so map is an iterable. That's why we are able to use it in the for loop. So when I will pass this map function inside my list, it will give me a list. When similarly tuple used to convert any iterable into the tuple, so I just pass this iterable into tuple, I get this thing. Again, one more usage of lambda function. Can you just observe, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is one more way. Okay, again, I'm using, so different ways you can use it. Again, one more function. So remember, actually, this is very important. This function is very important that I told you. Now, for example, an interview, actually somebody asked, so I'm giving you an example the same way. Suppose there is one list given in which somebody's names are given. Everyone's name is small letters. Okay, Ravir, Raghav, okay, and Jitin. And they give the task, okay, do one thing. I want a list in which everybody's name should be capital letter. Okay, unfortunately, your list doesn't have any such kind of function. If I press here, see, we don't have any function like this. Okay, nowhere there is upper function. Right, everyone?
Yes.
So what we should do, understand, immediately should come to us our mind. Okay, I want to apply same function on every element. Okay, so who is my savior? Map function. Who is my savior? Map function. But which function I want to apply this time? Which function I want to apply, right? That function is upper function, but that function is available in which class, everyone?
String.
String, right? It's string. So what I can mention, I can use str keyword, str dot, and now I will be seeing all the string function. If I press C, everyone, all the string functions are at my disposal now. So I want to use upper, right? Done. That smallest thing was required, upper, right? And now my iterable, what is my iterable name? Iterable name is S. Okay, and now I want to, this will give me a map object. If I execute this, okay, so I get a map object. I want to convert it into a list, so I can use a list function. I just use a list function. It will give me we can verify it give me a new list which will be having name converted. Every element will be converted into the uppercase. If I execute this, check, everyone, and you can save it wherever you want. Suppose S1. your choice. And you can check your S1.
So without list, can we assign it directly to S1?
Yeah, it will be object again. It will be object.
It will not be list.
No, it will not be a list. It will be object only. Let me show you that. Suppose I do this. It will be object. Iterable object it is. Okay. Suppose I'm giving a name this time S2. Okay. And execute my S2 this time. Sorry. See what it is?
Okay.
Yeah, it's an object, right? So let me use list. Back this inside again. Execute this. Now execute your S2. Okay, so you can use your user-defined function as well, and you can use your built-in functions as well, which are available for any class. So depending upon the class, you can use corresponding function. Just you should understand, okay, where this function is actually available, and correspondingly you will get your output. Clear, everyone? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Any doubt in this? And actually, this is very important function. Very, very, very important function. This map is. Okay, actually, what will happen when we will working on the pandas library? So sometime it will be that your data set will be given in which your customer name is given example, right? And every customer name, somebody's name is in capital, somebody's name is in small. So I want to do data cleaning. Okay, in data cleaning, I want to make everybody's name is all the small letters or all the capital letters. Okay, so in a particular column, so individual column and individual rows of a pandas data frame is known as series, and series behaves like a list only. Okay, so there we can apply this kind of things. Very, very important thing. That's what I'm saying, giving emphasis on this map function. Okay, this is very, very important. Fine. So similar to map, actually we have one more function known as your filter function. Okay, very much similar category, all three are. Okay, filter function, what it does, understand. It filters the given sequence, any given sequence you will give. Okay, it filters a given sequence with the help of a function. Okay, that test each element of the sequence. That's test each element of the sequence. Okay, to be true or false. To be true or false. Okay, now see what do you mean by that. First of all, what is the syntax of filter function? So we will mention function name filter. Again, very much like map, you will first pass function name. You will pass your function name, right? And after that function name, you will pass your function, you will pass your iterable. What is your iterable available? Okay, and remember the function that you will use here, that function used should return true or false. That is important. Okay, the function that you are going to use should return true or false, because it will go through what this filter function will go to every element of the iterable that you will mention. I think spelling is mistake, iterable. Okay, it will go to every element of the iterable that you mention. For example, a list or tuple, whatever iterable, or even your string, that is, it will go to the every element and check for that element. This function is returning true or false. That function is returning true or false. If that particular element, this function is returning true, okay, that will be selected, means it will not be filtered out. It will not be filtered out, right? But if that element is returning false, that will be filtered out, means not kept. So if you want to keep some elements only and remove some elements from the iterable, okay, for that purpose, actually, this filter function will be used. For example, I have a function, I have a iterable. Suppose they create a iterable once again, and suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and what's my requirement? I want to keep only elements which are less than or equal to 4. Only those elements. Okay, I want to keep only those elements which should keep 1, 2, 3, and 4 only. Rest elements should not be kept. Clear, everyone, what I'm saying? So one way I can create my normal function. What I will say def. Okay, and I can say any number. Suppose number game. Okay, the name is number game, which will take an argument x. Okay, and it will check what. Suppose I'm saying m, a message I'm taking is equal to, or let me better write this way. If my x is greater than or equal to 4, okay, my x is greater than or equal to 4, then I want to say that m is equal to true. That's my requirement is now. If number is greater than or equal to 4, I want to keep it. Otherwise, I don't want to keep it. And what function will keep? Only those elements it will keep for which the function will return true. So same condition I mentioned here. If x is greater than or equal to 4, m is equal to true. Okay. Else m is equal to false. Okay. And I want to return finally my m, whatever is the m. So m will be either true or m will be false depending upon my what is the x value. If x value is greater than or equal to 4, okay, then I want to return true. So actually what we decided to pick, I think I mentioned wrong if I'm correct. We were decided to keep 1 2 3 4, right everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so I should change the condition less than or equal to 4. Okay, so if x is less than or equal to 4, I want to return true, means because I want to keep this element 1 2 3 and 4 I want to keep. So for that elements my function should actually return true. For that my function should actually return true. That's what I mentioned here. Okay, so if I check here, I mention x is less than or equal to 4, then it should be your a variable I take which should m is equal to true. And if this condition fails, means x is greater than 4, then it will return false. Okay, then I'm saying return m. So m will be either true or m will be false depending upon my what is the x value. So if I execute this, and let's check first of all. Okay, let's check this function. My function is working fine or not. So number game function I'm calling, and let me pass any value greater than 4 or greater than 4. Yes, that is 5. Suppose 6 I pass, it should return me false. Yes, perfect. 7 let me pass. Yes, false. Let me place 12. Yes, it is false. And even let me check 5. It's false. Okay, and any number less than equal to 4 should return me true. So suppose 1 is true. Very good. 2. Oh, sorry. 2. Yes, it is true. 3. It is true. 4 is true, right? So it's working perfect. So now I can use this function in my filter function. So I can say filter. What is my function name? Number game.
Number game.
Okay, number game. So just mention the function name and pass your iterable. Iterable is what? L. Okay, let me execute this. It will give me a object. Again, it give me a object, an iterable object it is. I can see that. For example, it does for I in. Let me copy this. Okay, colon print I. It's an iterable object, right? That's why I'm able to iterate over it. So I'm getting only element 1 2 3 4 because it is iterable. Okay, so I can use my list function or a tuple function. List, I can pass it, so it will convert this iterable into a list having only elements 1 2 3 and 4. Check everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, and same thing actually you can do with the help of your lambda function. Exactly whatever you did here. First of all, you get rid of this function here, then you passed here, then you used it. Same thing you can do with the help of lambda function. What? Filter. And first of all, you have to pass your lambda function because your function is suppose not created, so you will mention lambda x. Okay, and what you will mention here after this x colon, I will mention here what? My condition. What is my condition? Any idea everyone? What should I mention? X
First
should
the
be,
result, no?
sorry?
First the result, no?
Yes, first is the result. Yes, first is the result. So x should be directly I can pass less than or equal to 4.
No. So first after lambda x colon, after that there should be true.
No need. Actually, this is the thing. This will automatically return me true. If x is automatically less than 4, okay, it will automatically return me true. Okay, if x is less than equal to, for example, so see this thing. If I mention here x is equal to 2 example, okay, and if I type here x less than or equal to example 3, it will return me true. See.
Okay.
Okay, it will automatically return me true. So we don't have to mention that, right? So automatically I mentioned that this will return me true or false depending upon the value of x. Okay, depend. Suppose I mention here 5. Okay, and execute this and execute this. This will this time return me false because x is 5 and this condition will fail. It will return me false. So I have to just mention this. Lambda x, x is less than or equal to 4. Automatically, this is going to return me true or false. Right? So after that done, let me just pass what? My iterable. What is my iterable? L. So execute this. I get an iterable object. I can convert it into the list. Can you check, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So different applications we just saw. How can we use our Lambda functions? And everywhere we use, right? Starting from map function to the filter function, it can be very much helpful for us. But not mandatory that you create it. I repeat once again, not mandatory that you create it. It's your choice, entirely your choice. Okay, everyone, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me move ahead to one of the most important thing, which 100%, if you're going to give any interview in the Python, they will ask you 101%. What is that? List comprehension. Okay, 101%, take it for granted. 100% this question is an interview question. Take my words. If you give anywhere interview the Python, they will ask you, do you know what is the list comprehension? Okay, so understand what is the list comprehension. Means what? You can say list comprehension is what? A shorter syntax. It is a shorter syntax. Okay, or you can say another way of creating a list from any iterable. Okay, it's a shorter syntax or another way or a smarter way. Some people call it a smarter way as well. Okay, of creating a list from any iterable. What do you mean by that? An iterable can be anything, right? An iterable can be anything. And how do we write it? See, this way. I will create a list because I want my objective. I want to create a list. Okay. So suppose my list name, I want to create a list that name is X. So I will mention first of all a list symbol that is square bracket. Okay. In this square bracket, I will write my expression. How? Expression. Now see how. For example, item in iterable. Iterable. Like this. Okay. Just simple syntax. Expression for item in iterable. So what is happening? See, I have used a for loop here. Can you observe this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right? I use a for loop here, right? So what is happening? This item will have, as it's a mentioned iterable here, in every iteration, this item will have some value. In every iteration, this item will have some value.
Correct.
Right? This item will have, what is the syntax of the for loop? Remember, for I in range or something like whatever you mentioned there. Okay. It should be a sequence. This was the syntax, no? For loop variable in sequence.
Yes.
Okay. This was the syntax. So this is what? A sequence or iterable here. And this is what? A loop variable here. So we know that in every iteration of this iterable, means suppose this iterable has 4 elements. So for we will have 4 iterations. And every iteration, this item will have some value. Now, what you want to do with that item, that you will mention here. Okay. So suppose your item, your very iterable has 4 elements. So for in first iteration, first element will be picked. Okay. That will be item. You will apply some expression on that, and that will become your first element of the list.
Okay.
Okay. Suppose you can mention this, for example, a very simple example, x is equal to, let me create a iterable that is better. Suppose a iterable is, again, I'm creating a list, example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is my iterable. And I mention here x is equal to expression. What I want to do, see, expression I will write later on. So first of all, expression for item in iterable. What is my iterable this time?
L.
L. Okay. Now what happened? This item will have value. In first iteration, what item will have the value? 1.
1, 2.
In second iteration, 2. In third iteration, 3. Okay. So what happened? Now you will write an expression. What do you want to do with this item? Okay. So suppose I mention, I want to double this. I will mention 2 times item. Okay. I want to do 2 times item. Here, I want to do 2 times item. So what will happen? In first iteration, this item will have the value what? 1. So this 1 will come here. What value it will become? 2. So 2 will become your first element of the new list. Now, next element. What will be the next element? 2. This 2 will come here. Okay. This 2 will come here. And now item will become 2. So 2 into 2 will become what? 4. So
4.
next element of your list will be 4. Now again, you will move ahead 3. So 3 will come here. So item will
6.
become 3. So it will become 6. So now you will get what? 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So if I execute this and check my X, I get a new list in which this is applied. Okay, so you can mention any expression, not mandatory that you use item. No, remember that is not mandatory. I can mention this way as well. It's my choice. Suppose I mention here 5 times hello, I went. This actually, these are the tricky questions. The example they want to ask you. Okay, what do you want to do? You want to print, you want to create a new list in which 5 times hello should be mentioned. Something like this. Like this, right? 5 times. Okay, but with the help of list comprehension. But with the help of list comprehension, right? Purpose is that you want to create a list comprehension this way. Clear, everyone? What is the objective?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is my objective. He want to do this thing. Tell me, how can we do that? One way is simple. One way is simple. Suppose I create a list this way. This I mention a hello. Okay, and I suppose I did 5. Let me execute this. Let me check my X. I have hello, 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 right? This is a simpler way. But he said, no. I want to use using list comprehension. Can you do that? Okay, you are not allowed to use multiplication operator. It is not allowed. So of course, yeah, I can do what I can mention. X is equal to simple.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, that's it for
For
item in L. That's it. Nothing
L.
else you have to do, right? Let me execute this, okay, and check my X. See, everyone, as simple as that. So okay, it is not mandatory that you have to use the item. The very much like we use in the for loop, right? It is just a simpler way. A simpler way. Same thing we can achieve other way as well, right or wrong, everyone? Tell me.
Correct.
Exactly same thing we
Yes.
can use other way as well. This is just a simpler way. Okay, you want to achieve the requirement. Okay, in one liner you can achieve this requirement. That's why I mentioned a shorter way, a shorter syntax of creating another syntax. Okay, and you want to even apply filtering. Yes, you can apply the filtering. Suppose again I come here and let me execute it once again because I might have changed that. And let me come here again. Okay, and suppose what I want to do. I want to pick only starting 3 elements. Okay, and I want to apply this 2 into item one only, starting 1 to 3 elements, nothing more than that. Okay, I want to apply only this. It's my choice, right? So what I can do, again I can mention, suppose X or Y, whatever name you want to give, is equal to, again, a square bracket. I want to find 2 into item only, but not on all the item. I'll mention for item in L, but I put a filter condition. What if the item is less than or equal to 3? Okay, means it is fine. I want to apply this expression, but only on those items which satisfy this particular condition. That means only on 1, 2, and 3. So if I execute this and come here and check my Y, see, only 1, 2, and 3 have been picked up and corresponding function has been applied on this.
Fantastic.
Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right? So it's a simpler way of writing or creating, and not only list, you can use any iterable that you want. It's your choice. Any iterable you have, you can use that iterable. It's a tuple or a string, doesn't matter. I think it's fine, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you can use any function that you have defined. You can use that function as well. Okay, if you create any function, you want to apply any function on this item, and then you want to use it, it's your choice. Entirely your choice. Right? So different ways are there by the help of which you can do this, and this is a simpler way of creating a list from any iterable. That is the main thing. Okay. Now come to another function known as zip function. Okay. Although you might be using it rarely, but actually sometimes somebody asked in the interview. That's why I'm discussing this. Actually, suppose what happened. We have 3 lists. One is a student list. Okay, in which there is, suppose, a student name. Suppose my name. Okay, anybody's name, Shyam name is there, and suppose Radha's name is there. Okay, a student list. I have one list known as physics marks, in which their corresponding marks are given. Suppose out of 100 it is given 40, and Shyam secured 70, and suppose Radha secured 80. Okay, physics marks. Similarly, the marks are given of the chemistry. Okay, and it is something like I secured 60, Shyam secured 65, and Radha secured 53. Okay, I have mass marks as well. And suppose it is I secured 90, and somebody secured 50, and Ishi secured 75, something like this. Okay, do you list that one? But your boss says, no, no, I want Praveer information in one go. Means whenever I want, I should get Praveer's all the marks in one list only. It wouldn't means I just execute and I should be able. This is Praveer and this is his physics marks, chemistry mark, max mark in sequence. It should be available. Means it should be like this: Praveer. After Praveer, there should be his marks of physics, and then after this, marks should be 60, and then the marks should be 90. Okay, and suppose similarly anybody Shyam, then 70, then 65 and 50. He wants such kind of thing. Actually, for that purpose, your function known as zip function. Okay, like zip. What it takes, see, it takes your iterables. It's mentioned properly or not? It's not mentioned when there is a number of. Let me tell you, no issue. Is that right? You can pass iterables here. Okay, you can pass your iterables, any number of iterables that you want to pass. Okay, so I pass my iterable first, students. Mention sequences should be proper. Okay, physics, chemistry, maths. Okay, in sequence I pass. So what it will do, it will take first element from this, first element from this, first element from this, first element from this, and create a tuple of these four elements. Okay, create a tuple of these four elements. Similarly, it will go to second element from this, second element from this, second element from this, second element from this, and create a tuple of this. Similarly, this third element, third element, third element, third element. Let me execute this. And what I get again a zip object. Okay, again I get a zip object, and it is again what? Iterable. So I can use my list function once again. Okay, let me execute this. And can you see? I get a tuple. I get a list because I create a list. So internally, what I am having? One tuple, second tuple, and third tuple. Okay. In first tuple, I have Praveer, then 40, then 60, then 90, then Shyam 70, Shyam 65, Shyam 50. Again, Radha 80, Radha 56, and Radha 75. Right now, it is available. I can save it anywhere I want. Suppose I say students detail, students underscore D equals to this. Execute this. Now somebody says, okay, give me previous list. So what I will say, students underscore D. Yeah.
Just 0.
Okay. Yes, it's underscore D, and in the square bracket I pass 0. So I have previous information. Okay. He sees no, I want Shyam's information, then Shyam information, then Radha's information. Then I can pass 2 here. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and one important thing, it can be given to you instead of, because there may be many students available, I might not know the index, so this may be asked from you. Okay, no, I don't have to pass. How can I remember the index? Where is Praveer? Where is Shyam? Okay, so now you have to create a program in which you will type the name and its detail will come. Okay, you will just type the name and his details should come. Getting the point, everyone, what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how can I do that? Any idea?
We have to like student instead of student underscore D, we need to define 3 objects.
3 objects. No. Directly
No.
one way we can do, right? See, I can take the help of this list, which is available here. Okay, if I come here, it's a list now. So if I execute this students dot, this is what index. If I pass Praveer here, what will give me? Praveer's index, right or wrong? Right. So instead of hard coding this 2, can't I pass this here? Suppose this, copy this. This is what I'm telling you last time. You should know dynamic programming. This is how you should use. Okay. If I paste it here, I pass Praveer here, I should again get a Praveer's detail only. See, everyone? Right? If I change here Radha, I will get Radha's detail. See? Clear, everyone? Please tell me.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so just practice the dynamic, means don't rely on the static techniques. Already you have studied. Remember, haven't we discussed this function, everyone? Tell me, index function.
Yes, we have.
Yes, we have. So that's what you should use the usability. How can I use it? How can I? This is only the thing in programming. You should make, okay, how can I make it dynamic? How can I make it dynamic? Where should I pick the data from? Okay. And so easily you can, yes, yes.
Sir, at this point, I wanted to ask you one particular question.
Mm-hmm.
As we are proceeding further, number of things we are listening or we are coming to know is very hard, very big. It's increasing day by day.
Yes,
and
yes,
number
sir.
of functions
Yes.
are also increasing day by day. So is there any document which will document all these functions so that
Sir,
at least by
I
looking at
agree,
this,
agree. I can share you these files. That will be better, I guess. Okay,
uh,
or otherwise, always remember, I don't memorize any function. Trust me, if you ask me personally, I don't keep any document with me.
okay.
I don't even, honestly speaking, if you ask me, I don't keep any document, because what happened, if I tried it once, so I created the document. At the same time, what happened with me, I was just referring that. Okay, nothing else I was referring. So what happened, my learning habit stopped. Honestly speaking, I'll tell you. Okay, because in that, when I listen it first time, created my notes for them. Okay, so I just created a notes what my instructor told me. Okay, so so it's not compulsory that what I am teaching you right now, that will be 100%, not guaranteed. I'm not a god, nobody is god. Okay, so what happened, I just listened that one, and with that, actually my knowledge was limited, honestly speaking, what I tell you. Then I explored that. I gave an interview. Okay, and for some purpose, and there they asked me some question. Okay, and I was not able to answer them. Then they said, okay, how did you, let's say, sir, I didn't blame anyone. I just said I made it the notes. Okay, so kind of what you made in the notes, so this function does this thing. Okay, okay, did you ever try to go inside any function? No, sir, I never tried. That's what I mentioned you also. Whenever you are writing any function, go inside and press shift and tab. I intentionally, that's why I told you at the beginning itself, whenever we are reading any function, go through that and see what is the syntax inside. I have notes as well. Don't worry. If you want, I can give you the note. But honestly speaking, if you ask me, I will not advise you to take the notes. I
No,
do.
I'm not asking for notes.
Means notes
I'm
means you
just,
want, yes. Functions are everywhere. You can use W3 schools. Everywhere their function is listed. Every Python function is listed there.
I just want the listing of the functions so that I can use it for my purpose. I can create number of examples based on it.
Yes, sir. Better than that, do one thing. Whatever you create an object, suppose I create a string object, example. Okay, any object I create, suppose I create a list itself. You will directly get a list. You don't need any document. Okay, just create a list. Okay, don't rely on anything. Just come here, press L and press dot. Okay, and press tab. All the functions will be available here. Right? In every function, their definition is given. For example, I click on reverse. Put parentheses, go shift and tab together and go inside and read what it says. It reverse in place, means your list will be reverse. In case you face any difficulty, just first of all put the type. Okay, it needs an argument. It is string. No, it don't need any argument. Can you see everyone? We can see from the parenthesis itself. Doesn't need, right? An experiment. Okay, what result I'm getting, and this way, trust me, your knowledge will be unparalleled. What I feel personally, if you ask me personally, I do have a notes. If you want, I can give you the notes. No problem with that. But I will personally advise, explore them and make your own notes as per your learning. That will be the best.
Yes, yes.
It will be the best. Nothing more. Nothing can be better than that. Right?
Yeah. Now, right now, what I am doing, I'm just referring different books on Python,
Good,
and
sir. Good.
I'm trying to solve the exercises which they have given with different single problem, but with different methods.
Okay.
But
Great,
this
sir.
way, what I am finding is I am finding time insufficient.
Yeah, agree.
The progress in which, as you are proceeding, I have not completed all the points. I am at the middle way somewhere.
Sir, I'll advise. Are you a faculty or sir a student?
I am a faculty.
Okay. That's why you're devoting the time and learning. That's the main thing. Because students normally don't devote the time, but that's fine. You are doing. Sir, do one thing. That's what I personally, how I learned. Whenever my teacher teach me something, on the same day I make a habit. Doesn't matter what time it will be. I revise the same content on the same day. First of all. Okay.
Right.
And that revision barely takes, whatever has been done, barely 15-20 minutes. If I complete in 1 hour, you will take, revising will take 15 minutes.
Right.
Revising will barely take 15 minutes, right? And next day, what I do, I took a half an hour or something. I try to experiment on those. what this can do, what this can do, what this can do, right? And I don't stop it here. Once I'm done, I don't stop here. Okay. After 3 days, again, I revise what I did 3 days ago. Trust me on this, right?
Okay.
This is what I do 3 days ago. Again, I revise those, what have we done 3 days ago, so that I don't forget anything, because there will be huge number of list of functions. You will get crazy otherwise. You will forget everything. You will get forget. So it's always a good practice to go back and revise again, go back and revise again, go back and revise again. Otherwise, you'll forget, sir. You must be teaching 3 to 4 subjects, if I'm correct. You will forget this. Yeah, it will be very difficult to memorize everything. Honestly speaking, I'm right now teaching 4 different courses. Okay, and everything is entirely different. Entirely different. This I'm teaching Python, right? In the morning I teach SQL. After this Power BI, I will take the SQL classes. Sorry, not Power BI classes. And after that, I take Alteryx classes. Okay, so all are totally different. Totally different. So if I don't revise it regularly, 100% I'm gonna forget. That I know that. So after 3 days, 4 days, I keep on putting on the things, because so many subjects are there and they will mix in the brain, and they are quite one more thing. One syntax is there, same, suppose I syntax in one language is there, in different languages this, and different languages this. So sometimes even they get to mix with each other. Even they tend to mix it. I will just advise, if you want the notes, I'm very happy to give you, but I'll advise, this is my personal advice, sir.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Actually, I am going in that particular way, but considering the teaching schedule and etc., I'm finding
I know, sir.
very
Teaching is very tough. Teaching is not teaching now. I know that. Teaching is not teaching. Teaching more of a clerical job now. Teaching is there. Yeah, they don't consider teaching anything now. I know the condition has been changed. Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Pune, Ferguson College.
Okay, sir. Fine. Okay. So can I continue, everyone? If it is fine.
Sure.
Okay. So I think already 7 is there. 7. Just 5 minutes. Okay. So next we will start our tuples. Next data structure that we will take is tuples. Okay. You're going to discard tuples. What is a tuple? First of all, understand, everyone. Remember, it is a data structure. Again, I'm repeating, it's one of the data structure once again. It is a data structure and in built-in data structure of the Python. Okay. It is a data structure which is immutable. Okay. Which is immutable, right? Means it does not support item assignment. Item assignment. Okay. Normally we call the immutable those after creating which cannot be changed. But better word I will remember you, which does not support item assignment. Okay. The things which does not support an item assignment, actually where we use tuples, there is a use cases available. So far we have seen 2 mutable types. Remember, then one was the string, right? A string does not support item assignment. See, if I use this, I created a string, suppose Python. I know how can I access this element. Suppose I want to access the first element, that is 0. So I just pass 0 here. That is S. Now suppose I want to change it to anything else. Suppose Q. Okay. It will throw me an error. See, a string object does not support item assignment. Okay. So anything which does not support item assignment, you can call it as immutable. Okay. Similarly, if we create a tuple, we have been seeing the tuple. Suppose the tuple is created with the word key. Okay. I mentioned 1, 2, 3. Okay. I want to access this first element. Of course, I can do same thing. T square bracket 0. So first element is there. And suppose I want to again use item assignment, means I want to change it. That's the main thing. Okay. I use 2 here. Okay. Instead of 1, actually I want 2. So I use it. Again, I will get an error. What? Type tuple object does not support item assignment. Okay. So remember, actually there in the interview question, they know what you mean by mutable or which is not immutable. So remember that normally says a thing which cannot be changed after creation is immutable, and this thing which can be changed after creation is immutable. Okay. But remember this proper definition, that is better, which does not support item assignment. And how you can come to know the error message that you are getting. Okay. So tuple is what? Tuple is a data structure which is immutable and it does not support item assignment. Okay. Which does not support item assignment. And how we create tuple. Okay. So creating a tuple, simple way. One simple way. Suppose I create my tuple, the name is point. Okay. I put parentheses, these parentheses. Okay. List was created using square brackets like this. Okay. This is created using this. But actually, why do we create tuples? Understand. Suppose I maintained a confidentiality data in which somebody's students and numbers are listed. Previous number is this, your number is this number is this. I don't want those numbers to be changed at any cost. I don't want those numbers to be changed at any cost. I don't want to give them a permission to change the number. Once it's been stored, I don't want to let them change this number. Okay. In that scenario, when your security is a concern, okay, I don't want to change those numbers at any cost. Then you should use what? Immutable data types, which cannot be changed. Okay. And once created, they cannot be changed. That's why the tuple is very important. Okay. That's why the tuples are very important. So you should understand the use cases, right? Where I can use what. Where I can use what tuples normally are used for the purpose which you think, okay, they once after creation, they should not be the change because they will not support the item assignment. Okay, so how do we create? We put open parentheses, and under the parentheses, I can pass anything I want. Suppose 1, 2, a tuple will be there, a 3, even I can pass a tuple of tuple, 4, 5, 6, even I can pass a list inside. Okay, suppose A, B, okay, even I can use a dictionary inside. A, 10, suppose something like, right? So it can have anything like a list. It can have anything 1, 2, 3, just that your list is mutable. It is immutable. Okay. It is immutable. It does not support item assignment, right? So execute this. Your tuple has been created. So how do we create? By using these parentheses, and I can access them the way I want. The way we have been accessing my list, we have been accessing our string, anything, right? Like this point, any element you want to pass. Square bracket. Okay, so same way we can access. Suppose I want to access this element or this element. Suppose I want to access this element. So what is the index of this element? 0, 1, 2, and 3. So I can pass 3 here. I get my this element. Okay, I want to access this element. That means its index is what? 4. Okay, so accessing is same like your string you have been using, list you have been using, exactly same way. Okay, so one way of creating a tuple is use your parentheses. Okay, and it will be done. It will be created. Another way, if you have an iterable available, suppose iterable is anything, suppose L, which is having element 1, 2, 3. It is an iterable. Okay, execute this. I want to create a tuple out of this. I will say again, suppose my tuple, and I can use the keyword tuple or tuple function. That is a better word, tuple function. And within that, I can pass my iterable. What is my iterable? L. I execute this. I get my tuple. If I use it, my tuple. See, this was the list now. What I get? A tuple. Okay. Similarly, not only this, okay, I use a tuple keyword, and this time I passed another iterable. This iterable is suppose string Python. Okay, so individual elements will be taken and they will become a part of the tuple. Execute this. Can you see everyone? Tell me, is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so simple. One way is that we can use these parentheses to create my tuple. If I have some iterables available, I can use my tuple function and it will convert those iterables into the tuple. Other ways are also there that we'll discuss tomorrow. Is it fine, everyone? Can I end for the day if it is okay?
Yes.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
fine. Okay, fine. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Take care, everyone.